see what we can do, shall we? It's 29 degrees, but I've been sitting still, so. Do a little bit of extra work, and he wasn't happy about it, so he had to drive a little bit more than he normally would do, so that upset him. You can see if my ABS stays off. I unhooked it and rehooked it again, so we'll see what it does. If it gets warm enough, it might go away and not have an issue. It's just the cold that gets to him. Everything gets to it. Everything gets to. Cold gets to everything. Get the words out, Mark. You'll be all right. The cold gets to everything eventually. So, go to my hands this morning. My hands are freezing this morning. I didn't have my gloves on though. We're going to have a green light in a second because they're slowing right down. There it is. interesting. Oh, and he's moving as well. Desperately try me, you're not going to win. Why would you do that? You knew that wasn't going to happen. Oh wow. I got a Volvo from Illinois beside me. It's about to blow my doors off right now. He followed me out the truck stop. Donuts and I shouldn't be, but they're very yummy. They've got sugar on them. And this is my Sunday morning treat, sugar donuts. gets on today, I can't exactly drive slow. But we got a hell of a journey ahead of us, so I don't believe I can record all the way across. We'll see. Probably got to delete some of the videos I've got in the system. We'll get X amount of the way and then we'll call it quits. So it's not going to be that interesting because it's just Interstate 80. But I thought you might like to see the difference in Nebraska going into Iowa. I might even get a little bit of Illinois as well. It depends. I don't know if we'll get the snow or not because I think I'm following the storm. So the storm's in front of me. It passed over yesterday. I should have really left out yesterday. I really should have. I should have just got going. But I chose to stay, get my laundry done, have a shower, which is, it's always a bonus at Grand Island. Grand Island's a bit of a love-hate relationship. Like I like Grand Island, and I do enjoy going there. Having the laundry and the driver's room and the showers is an absolute bonus. So it's a huge plus compared to Rensselaer. But Rensselaer is a lot quieter and it's more peaceful, and I enjoy the peace. I mean, that's why I like Rensselaer so much, is because I enjoy the peace there. It is extremely peaceful. It's a small town, and I've got so used to everything around there. Whereas Grand Island's a little bigger. You don't have to be involved in any of it, but it is bigger. But it was nice to meet up with Desperado yesterday. Desperado's a pretty awesome dude. Probably one of the coolest cats out there, so the man's super intelligent. We've got a lot of time for the gentleman, because he makes you feel welcome. So it's nice to enjoy the company of others that make you feel welcome. So I tied my load down, I tarped it, and then I did my laundry first. I did my laundry first, had a shower. I actually did that in the early hours of yesterday morning before 7 o'clock. And then I was waiting on them to finish loading the trailer, and then I went round at about 8 o'clock and they finished loading the trailer, which was awesome. And then they let me tarp inside the building, which was even better. It was a bonus for me to strap it down and tarp it in the building. They left me alone, and I did that, pulled out the building, went round, parked up, and went inside and met up with Desperado. And then took me to I think it's the Texas T-Bone. I think that's what it's called. It was a steakhouse anyway, and I'm not a great fan of beef. I used to be, but at a certain time I had one incident over here. The very first time I come over, and it was disgusting. It's not nice. So anyway, he took me to the steakhouse, so I had my first I had a ribeye, I believe it was. Yeah, it was. This old boy's trucking. And he treated me to dinner, lunch, morning breakfast, whichever way you put it, because it was after 11, so that'll be dinner for us. And that was awesome. I had an exceptionally awesome meal. I can't remember the name of the place. I think it was T-Bone Steaks or something like Texas T-Bone. I can't remember. Anyway, it was an awesome place, and I would definitely go there again. And of course, it's always expensive. Everything's expensive when it comes to that. I mean, the place has got to pay for itself, so you can't go there expecting a cheap meal. And to be honest with you, I would absolutely pay that price again. It was worth every penny. And then we went to Tommy's restaurant, and we had a malt up there because I like my milkshakes, and Desperado's a huge fan of milkshakes as well because he's got a massive sweet tooth, which is awesome. It's always compatible when you meet people that have a sweet tooth because then you're like, yep, that's it, let's go. So then we had malts, and then cheesecake is what Desperado had, and I had coconut cream pie because I love my coconut. And it was a good day in the end. So then come home, back to the yard as such, and then went and got his load, tied his load down, parked him up. Well, I let the ice and that fall off the trailer as much as we could, so because it was just built up with ice, I let the ice break down, and then enough to the part that the pallet was flat on the floor, not just sitting on ice. So that was nice to have it where the trailer was completely and utterly, virtually ice free. There was a little bit left under some of the pallets, but pretty much ice free. So that was awesome. Sat it in there for quite a few hours. Probably not as many as that. Probably, I don't know, maybe 3-4 hours tops, something like that. We just enough to produce heat to let stuff melt off, and that was awesome. It really was to do that. See, that's what I like about. Yet again, it's a love-hate relationship. Like, I love the elements. I mean, the elements are awesome. Working in them was great. But that right there was a massive advantage. To be able to use a building that was heated, to be able to melt stuff, ice off the trailer, because the people that loaded the trailer was a little, in my eyes, ignorant in that they couldn't clean the trailer first. And I don't... Personally, I would never have loaded it on that trailer. I would have said, no, this trailer is covered in ice. We need a trailer bed that's completely clear of ice because of what we have to load on there. So, slow down there, my friends. You can get past him in a second. Chill out now. You'll get past him in a second now. You're not in a hurry to go anywhere. It's okay. You'll get there eventually. The day is not ended. There is 24 of them. All lovely hours for you to get past. So yeah, we brought his load back. Like I say, melted the ice off, and he helped me wash my truck, which was awesome. That was a bonus. Geezer is just an outstanding person. So, Desperado, I thank you. You are fucking awesome, and it's a pleasure to work with you as far as I'm concerned. And anybody says different, and they don't know you well enough. I knew that was going to happen. Leave it alone, Mark. There we go. Leave it alone. I need to get, I really do need to consider getting maybe, I don't know, a better mount. I don't know. We'll see. I say so much crap all the time and I never end up doing it, so how about I just shut up about it. Let's just do it. It's 21 degrees Fahrenheit, so it wasn't really 29. That was a lie on my side. It was just the heat from the truck. So it's 21 degrees Fahrenheit. We should get a little warmer the further we go over, I believe. We have some snowstorms that we are following. I think I'm going to get hit with snow all this week across the Midwest, which will be interesting. We will see how we deal with that. I never have an issue with it. It is what it is. We deal with it and we just get along and do the best we can. So I always sort of just work with what we have. I just know there's a certain gentleman on Useless Tube. I believe his channel is Ryan Yole. I like the gentleman. He's very good at what he does. He does a lot of outstanding stuff. The gentleman's pretty awesome. That's my shout out to a weather person who does a really good job of giving you information, and he does a lot more as well aside from just sitting there and giving you information. They do a lot of stuff for tornado victims, I suppose. Is that the best way to put it? Probably not the right word, but he does a lot for helping people in tornado situations, that, you know, flooding and all that. They go out of their way to raise money and actually give the money to these people and help these people. It doesn't go into bureaucratic pockets and gets lost. So Ryan Yoel, Ryan, R-Y-A-N, and then Y, little ticky up the top, and L-L, Ryan Yoel, A-L-L actually, I think it is. He's just a great man to follow. I like him. He's got a pretty good subscriber base, but I'm sure the more he can get, the better it is. Will he follow him? Will I give him more people? Absolutely not. Probably not. There's not enough people that follow this channel to give enough shout out for him. But I'm just saying, on my side, for me, yeah, thanks for that, brother. I sure appreciate it. For me, I like his positivity, and he is pretty much spot on all the time. So when he pops up, I know it's something I want to follow, and he's very good at telling you that it will change, it can change, you know, and if things do change, I'll give you an update. So it's a lot of work. It's an enormous amount of work that you have to put into that to be able to follow it enough to get it right. So have at it, I say. Have at it. Let's see. Trouble with the sun coming. The trouble with the sun. It's not a trouble with the sun, but the sun coming through the window, the windshield / windscreen, is that I can't see my fucking computer screen. Do I need to see it? No, not really, but it would be nice. So the sun's so bright, I gotta wear no shades because I don't have any. I know my driving abilities has always sucked, so have at it. We'll see how far away we are. I don't know how many issues we're going to have running across. We'll see. It's telling me that I will be there about 8 o'clock tonight, so I still got to stop for a 30-minute break in between that, so probably closer to 9. It's telling me 9 hours and 11 minutes to get there. We will see how well we do. We will see. I'm not heavy. I have no weight as such, and the majority of the weight is behind me, not in front of me. So personally, I really would have not loaded it the way they did, but I understand why they loaded it like they did. So that's why I was sort of, on Friday I was trying to ask what time they were going to load the trailer, and I couldn't get a positive reply, and that's it's difficult because of the way my brain works. It's difficult for me to conversate with somebody who doesn't quite understand what I'm asking, more so when they don't want to talk to you on the phone because it's late at night, it was a last minute job pulled, and they want to go home because they're ready for the weekend. And communication is always the key in this industry. It's but a minute of communication, enough to know what you're doing. So when on Friday they told me that the North Carolina load had been pulled from me because they were not going to have a build in time, they pulled this load out of the blue. I don't know if I think they pulled it because Not nothing to do with me. I'm not that special. I'm really not. That had nothing to do with it. They needed material, and I know they need material because when I was there last week at Rensselaer talking to Tony, the one that unloads us, they was. I believe that they were short on material. He said not so much, but they were getting very low on certain materials. So when they pulled this load, told me what was going on. They told me it'd be loading, blah blah blah, and they would let me know what door it was, but not trailer number. My problem was I would like to have known what time they were going to load, because I would like to have been there at the door and waiting to speak to them so that I could help them load it from my way of loading it. Like, let's put the load here instead of here. So there's a couple of state troopers. Nebraska's finest doing what they need to do. Look, central class going the other way. Oh man, that thing was, holy smokes, that thing was beautiful. That was clean as well. Did you see that Sentry class? Of course not, because it went past too fast. That was a really nice looking truck. I love Sentries, man. I still got a great love for Sentries because of Blue. Blue was an outstanding truck. I miss Blue. I wish I'd have done things a lot different. As always, you never realise it until it happens. Them axles are just, oh wow, that front axle was just way out of alignment. No way. No way. You're not going. You're gonna let me. Oh man, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I sure appreciate that. Thank you. That was very nice of you. You can't really see it on this trailer as much as I can. So that trailer right in front of us, his front axle was out of alignment. If you look at the trailer is pulling slightly to the right. It's just enough, and in doing that, he's going to kill his tyres on his front trailer axle. And I could see it from here how much it's pulling. But when he went past me, you could see how much the axle was out of alignment. You could tell that the tyres were just scrubbing. So as he's going down the road, them tyres are fighting each other, and eventually they'll die. They'll kill. He'll have premature wear on a set of 4 tyres, and then the back axle is also fighting as well. So trailer axles are insane. Nobody really gets them in as much as they should to do alignments on them. They're a pain in the butt. But really and truly, trailer axles should be going in way more than a truck does. So, but yes, if they could have, the reason I asked, I said, what time will they start? You know, will they be there in the morning? And all I got was it'll be ready by 9, and that wasn't what I asked. You know, I asked what time will they be there in the morning. Communication should be with me as well as the office. And the problem that I always have when office works with office is you leave the one most important person out of the conversation because you don't think that they need to have any communications with you. And that's difficult because I am the person, the same as any other driver, that should have communication. Hey Mark, just to let you know, this gentleman here is going to be loading it, or be there at 7 o'clock in the morning, and they'll meet you, and then you can pick up the trailer and you can show them how you want it loaded. You see, that's exactly what I mean by this. So, is it disrespect to the offices? No. But when you choose to act in a manner that says you're not important, we're going to just load it how we like to load it, and we're going to do as we like to do, and you just get on with it because that's what you're paid to do. No, it doesn't work like that. And that's why I asked, what time will they be there in the morning? And the reply I got was, they will have it loaded by 9 o'clock. That's not what I asked you. Will it ever change? No. It will always be this way. It'll always be the same. Throughout the years, it's been the whole circumstance of this industry has always been the same, and it will never change. Even when you have self-driving vehicles, it will still be the same. It will never change. This industry will always be the same. So, when you know that you're coming into bad weather, you know weather's in front of you, you choose that opportunity to say, hey, let me load my trailer the way I would like to load it, and we will go from there. And that way then I know what I'm up against. And now I have so much weight on the back of the trailer and no weight on the front of the trailer. So now it makes it where if I get into slippery conditions, I don't have enough weight on the front to hold me in a position that I need to be held to the road. That's where it becomes difficult. That's why I like to have that communication with an office who understands what I'm talking about. And that's why I like Rensselaer, because Rensselaer will work with me, not against me. But the problem is, I can speak until I'm blue in the face and it still won't make a difference. ABS light went off completely now. So I hope it stays that way. It's very naughty. We do not need another Ohio situation. Toot toot. Boys trailer's doing the same thing. It's not tracking off to the right. Keeps pulling him. So he keeps fighting the trailer. So the trailer keeps pulling him to the right and he keeps fighting the trailer all the time. You keep over-correcting your steering. When you got to keep fighting the steering wheel all the time, that's how you know you've got a trailer issue. I might beat England, I don't know yet, we'll see. Sort of, we're about on par on speed, so I've got to slipstream him a little bit to shoot round him.